Welcome, everyone. My name is Dr. Mike DeBoard, president of B3 Sciences. Excited to share with you tonight a big change in exercise. If you're new tonight, you're going to see a breakthrough that's going to change how you approach exercise forever. This isn't a fad. This is a scientific breakthrough in exercise that, most importantly, is going to allow you to turn on growth hormone in your body. Growth hormone, like most of you have never experienced. You know, it's all great when we're young because we have natural growth hormone being released at night. Every one of us, our entire lives from the time we're in the womb and start being developed until we get older, we get a daily natural release of growth hormone at night. And when we're young, in our teenage years, that growth hormone level's high and our metabolism's high. And it's easy for us to get results, to stay in shape. But once we get into our 20s, look at this chart. When you reach the age of 25, you're only getting half the growth hormone that you were getting when you were 15. And you start to understand why. You start putting on weight. You don't have the same energy. You don't have the same body tone because your metabolism is slowing down. Once you start seeing low growth hormone, especially when you get in your 30s, you're down to less than 25% of the growth hormone as a teenager. And the aging process starts to set in. Wrinkles in the skin, body compositions, arthritis, early cardiovascular disease, cognitive decline starts in our 30s and 40s. Most men, as well as the majority of women, once they get in their 40s and 50s, are experiencing bone demineralization. And then we start dealing with things like blood sugar problems. The prevalence of adult onset or insulin resistance in this country is out of control, but it's easily correctable. Even hypothyroidism is correctable in most cases. The problem is you don't have enough growth hormone surging through your body. But you know, if we followed what we learned as a kid and what the government told us and the Department of Labor and Harvard and all the experts, hey, if we would just exercise our entire life and do high intensity exercise, we wouldn't have any problems because it releases growth hormone. Or we could go for the dangerous side effects of synthetic hormones. But here's the key. What most people don't understand is exercise is completely different from high intensity exercise. You can go for a walk, go for a bike ride, do some light weightlifting, take a class, walk up and down the steps, get on the rebounder, get on the treadmill. And very few people are actually doing high intensity exercise. I'm talking about vigorous, feel the burn exercise. And it's really very simple. If you don't feel the burn for at least 3 to 4 minutes in your muscles, feel the lactic acid, you might as well not even call it exercise. Nothing's going to change. Why? Because you're not going to get any growth hormone. Here's the bottom line on exercise. We take a complicated subject and now we make it incredibly easy. Doesn't matter what you do, lift weights, bang ropes, treadmill, elliptical, flip tires, go for a walk, ride the bike, go for a swim, get on your rebounder, do your yoga. You've got to feel the burn when you're exercising. Because when you feel the burn, you get a release of lactic acid, which stimulates growth hormone, and that's when your body changes. But here's the problem. Very few of us, I would bet that 98 to 99%, it's probably higher than 99%, maybe 1 out of 100 people have enough time or can tolerate high intensity. I don't mind working out, but I'm 57 years old. I've had 3 joints replaced from high intensity exercise. I can't tolerate it anymore. And then the majority of us think that moving, treadmill, 45 minutes on an elliptical is going to do something. It's not. Unless you feel the burn, you're not going to get growth hormone. And growth hormone is the most important thing you need to know about. If you were to look at every aspect of health in your life, diet, weight loss, sleep, the most important thing you should pay attention to is, am I getting natural growth hormone? You know, it's sitting in your pituitary gland your entire life. Let me repeat that. It is sitting in your pituitary gland your entire life, waiting for you to live an active lifestyle. And when you get natural growth hormone, it reverses aging. It is the only therapy anywhere in all of science, in all of medicine, in all of our research institutions. There's only one substance, chemical, synthetic, or natural, that can have an anti-aging effect on the body. It's your own growth hormone. It can reduce wrinkles, tighten saggy skin, decrease body fat, increase lean muscle mass, boost energy, rev up sex drive, and make you look and feel decades, not years, but decades younger. So here's what happens. We get our 20s and it gets harder, and then we get in our 30s and we realize we're better do something. Most of us are starting to experience weight gain, loss of muscle, tired, and fatigue. So what do? We join a gym or we buy some home exercise equipment. But for most of us, it doesn't work. Why? Because if we're doing high intensity, 45 minutes to an hour, very few of us can maintain that. It hurts. It takes too much time. And the ones of us that are doing the light exercise, we're not getting any results. And then we go for the next myth. And this is one of my favorite myths, the Fitbit myth. Woo, look at my Fitbit. I took 1,000 steps today. Let me tell you something. You can take 10,000 steps. It's not going to release growth hormone. You can do it for 45 minutes in the cardio zone. You can get in the fat burning zone for 20 minutes. You can get in the aerobic zone for 2 hours. If you don't feel the burn and it's not high intensity, I don't care how long you go or what you did, you're not going to get growth hormone and your body is not going to change. And then we get into this myth. Well, let me tell you, CrossFit does work. You know, we see the commercials for these 25 to 30-year-old models, these girls with perfect bodies, these guys with the six packs, and they're sweating and they're doing high intensity. Let me ask you a question. How many people do you know that are still in their 25 to 30, that have a six pack, that are willing to work out like that? That is an absolute myth, and it actually is misleading exercise, because very few people can do this. And it comes at a price. It's hard on your body and you're sore the next day. So this 45-minute CrossFit, this is a very small percentage of the population. I don't know about you, but I don't have 45 minutes to pound my body every day. I wouldn't be able to move the next day. And then we get into this myth, the run, bike, and swim myth, that we're told if we just get so many miles or so many hours per day, that we're going to have the perfect body. Let me tell you something. Running, biking, and swimming does not produce growth hormone. Oh, it'll burn calories and you'll have aerobic capacity, but you're not going to release growth hormone. You're not going to get anti-aging. You're not going to build muscle. It's like the old saying, you know, the hamburger commercial, where's the beef? My saying is, where is the growth hormone with all of these exercises? And then we finally give into the dieting myth. How many of you out there, and no disrespect to the keto people, have tried the protein diet or the not eat until evening diet? Here's what I say. That's our plan. Our plan is we're not going to eat any carbs. We're just going to eat all protein and fat the rest of our life. Forever. No carbs. That is not a plan. That is a panic attack, or it's a short-term lose weight. But what happens when you lose weight? As soon as you start eating normal. How many of you have done this? You lose 5 pounds, you lose 10 pounds, and then you can't maintain the crazy hypocalorie dieting lifestyle. Nobody can do that. That's why they keep changing it. Nobody's going to be talking about keto in 2 years. They're going to be talking about the next fad that comes along. Here's the problem. We are dieting to solve a metabolism problem. In other words, you have low growth hormone because you're getting into your 20s, 30s, and 40s. You're not exercising at a high intensity, so you're not getting natural surges of growth hormone. And you are dieting to try and solve a metabolism problem. Let me tell you something, it never works. I've never met anybody who diets and does not exercise and does not gain and lose and gain and lose and gain and lose their entire life, because it doesn't work. It only makes your metabolism slower. Here's what exercise looks like for most people. This is a oxygen chart. And in about 60 seconds, you're going to know everything you need to know about exercise. What happens when you start moving, or you do bicep curls, or you get on the treadmill, or you get on the elliptical, or any movement? You start using oxygen. It's aerobic. Here's the problem. For you to get a growth hormone release, you have to fatigue your muscles down below 30% oxygen. You got to work hard. You have to sprint, explode, lift heavy weights, jump up and down on a box jump, or bang the ropes, or go full sprint out on the Nordic track to get your oxygen down to where lactic acid's produced. Most people never reach that level. They hang out right here. They hang out doing their yoga and their elliptical and their walking and their biking and their swimming and their light exercise and their class with their friends. And they rarely see much changes in their body because they're exercising above growth hormone threshold until now. You see, for you to be able to create lactic acid, it's very simple. You need to diminish or deplete the oxygen in your muscles. What do I mean? That's called the oxygen flow coming in from fresh blood into your muscles. Let's call it a flow rate of a 10. For you to produce lactic acid and growth hormone, you have to exercise at a level above a 10, meaning you got to use more oxygen than is flowing. Exercising at a level of 11 is very hard, hence high intensity exercise. What if we were to reduce the oxygen in half? Interesting idea. That's exactly what the new breakthrough does, B3 bands. These bands simply go on your arms and legs. You add a little air to them. It takes about 10 seconds to get on each arm and each leg, and it's not painful, doesn't cut off blood flow. But what it does do is it slows down the flow of oxygen. Now your oxygen's only flowing at a rate of 5, and you're doing something like going for a walk, going up and down the steps, on your elliptical, on your treadmill, on your home exercise equipment, doing yoga, doing your rebounder, doing your mini tramp, golfing, playing pickleball, going for a walk with the dog. And you feel a burn in your muscles and legs. And the first time you do it, it's shocking. You look around and you're like, why are my muscles on fire? Why am I all pumped up? Because you're using more oxygen than is flowing, and you're creating lactic acid. Here's benefit number 1. Light exercise in half the time or half the weight. What if I told you that for the rest of your life, to get the most powerful substance in all of medicine and all of nature, all you had to do was do some light exercise for 10 minutes a day? That would be the greatest breakthrough in human health and performance in the history of mankind. Well, that's exactly what it does. You feel a pump and a burn, and then you get a fatigue that creates lactic acid. Let me repeat this. You're going for a walk. You're going up and down the steps. You're a senior doing water aerobics, and you're feeling a burn in your muscles like you're lifting heavy weights, or you're doing some kind of light movement you enjoy doing. You're going for a bike ride with the kids, and then you get a big growth hormone surge. Take that in for a second. When this hits, not only are you going to be in the best shape of your life, this is going to completely change how the entire country exercises. And I got news for you. It is coming, and it's coming fast. Here's what it looks like with the bands on. I want you to apply this oxygen chart to light bicep curls, yoga, walking, bike riding. Look what happens. Because the bands are on, you're hitting an oxygen deficit below 30%. You're down where growth hormone is released. Let me put this in other terms. You are doing something light, but you're fatiguing like you're an Olympic level athlete, like you're an NFL athlete, or like you're one of those models that's on the Nordic track commercial, sweating with the 6-pack. You're getting the same growth hormone release that they are getting. Look at this study in the European Journal of Physiology. Middle-aged men exercise without BFR bands, small release growth hormone. This is where most people hang out. Little small releases of growth hormone, never really seeing big changes. But with the bands on, these men had a 25 times increase in growth hormone. Let me put this in perspective for you. When you put the bands on, you're going to experience a growth hormone surge that you've probably never experienced in your entire life. Now, imagine if you did that for 1 week, because people start seeing changes literally in 1 week. Imagine after a month of doing it 5 days per week, people lose weight, build muscle, have more energy. Adult onset insulin resistance starts to go away. Thyroid starts to turn on. You start sleeping better. Sexual vitality goes through the roof. And that's only after 1 month. What would happen if you did this for the rest of your life? I'll tell you what would happen. You'd be a completely different person, because growth hormone improves brain function. Growth hormone keeps your skin, hair, and nails healthy. Growth hormone improves the quality of sleep. Growth hormone keeps your immune system strong. Growth hormone keeps your heart and cardiovascular system young. Growth hormone keeps your body fat at levels like you were a teenager. Growth hormone reduces the risk of osteoporosis. It keeps your bones strong. Growth hormone keeps your sexual vitality at a level like you were when you were in your 20s. That's what growth hormone does. Now, if you'll simply do one more thing, put the building blocks in your body that your growth hormone needs. What do I mean? Growth hormone is going to go to work the very first time you put the bands on. You're going to feel the burn. 15 minutes after exercise, you're going to get the growth hormone, and it's going to go to work repairing your bones, your blood vessels, your hair, your skin, your nails, your bones, your tendons, your ligaments, your heart valves, everything, all the connective tissue. If you give it the nutrient it needs, you are talking about being on a rocket ship to anti-aging. I'm not talking about a little bit of anti-aging. I'm talking about there is no combination anywhere. I challenge the smartest Harvard doctors in the world. As a matter of fact, invite them on my presentation. You show me one scientific study that will match human natural growth hormone along with collagen, essential fats, and fat-soluble vitamins, minerals, and superfoods in the right combination to create an anti-aging effect in your body. And at the end of the presentation, I'm going to tell you exactly where to get the product to create this effect. Let's look at some of these people. Amber Cavett, she's a Life Pro vibration plate ambassador. I mean, she's the spokesperson. She's working out for 45 minutes, cannot lose any weight. What's going on? Amber is doing exercise above the growth hormone threshold. Her oxygen's probably getting down to 35%. She put the bands on, cut her workouts down to 10, 15, 20 minutes, hit a deeper oxygen deficit, boom, turns on growth hormone, loses 50 pounds, balances out her hormones, sexual vitality through the roof, looks younger, feels younger, sleeping better at night, with one simple change of doing less work in less time with the bands on. Look at this guy, 100 pounds overweight. He's not going to the gym. He's not buying home exercise equipment. He's not going to starve himself. He's not going to join Jenny Craig or Weight Watchers. He wants to live life. He wants to eat normal. Janine and Tammy gave him a simple program, 5 days per week in his basement doing light exercise with the bands. That's the key. Turns on growth hormone. His metabolism goes through the roof. He loses 100 pounds. Men at all ages, 20s, 50s, even John in his 70s, exercising with the bands in the morning, gets up in the morning, spends about 15 to 20 minutes doing light exercise. It doesn't hurt his joints. He's not sore the next day, and he put an inch on his arms. How many 70-year-old men do you know that can put an inch on their arms? I'll tell you who can do it. Every 70-year-old man is capable of it. Here's the problem. 70-year-old men typically cannot lift heavy enough weight. They can't tolerate the high intensity to drive the oxygen, to get the lactic acid, to create the growth hormone, to turn on the adaptive response in their body. Now, any age, men can start reshaping their body. And let me tell you something, ladies. You talk about a happy pill. Deb Schultz calls it her happy pill. You're going to see your body tighten up, your arms tighten up, but you are going to look, feel, and perform like you're 20, 30, 40 years younger. And it is going to give you a new leash on life. Let me tell you something, ladies. I don't care what salon you go to, what doctor you listen to, what supplement you take, what program you're on. If it does not include natural growth hormone, I'm telling you, you're on the wrong plan. Because again, there is nothing, ladies, that can compare to anti-aging, being lean, tightening up your body, and looking and feeling younger. Nothing compares to your own natural growth hormone. And now look who's paying attention. Thor, the god of thunder. This is how he trains now. Nick Cannon, Hollywood celebrity. Mark Wahlberg, one of the most famous movie stars in the world. This is how he trains. Why would they do that? No brainer. Half the time, half the work, doesn't hurt. They don't have the same recovery. Their body's going to last longer. But most important, growth hormone levels. Famous doctors, Dr. Oz, Dr. Mercola, now doing it. Olympic teams are doing it. Why? Better performance. Kansas City Chiefs, Rick Burkholder, head of all healthcare and rehab and therapy. He has the bands in his training room. They use it for all kinds of things, as well as his family uses it. Bodybuilders and powerlifters are now using it. The Atlanta United soccer team is one of our soccer teams that is now doing it. And you want to talk about an athletic advantage. We're talking about anti-aging. We're talking about losing weight. If you perform in a sport, whether you're a runner, a biker, a swimmer, volleyball, golf, martial arts, football, volleyball, tennis, pickleball, racquetball, you want to talk about an unfair athletic advantage. Train in the bands, and you will take your sport at any level to a whole new level. Don't want to exercise? Don't want to go to the gym? How about going for a walk? Kathy and Ronnie lost 40 pounds together in 6 weeks, simply doing the same thing they do every day, walking the dog. What's the difference? They put the bands on. They create lactic acid in a movement walking that in a million years will never create lactic acid. Let me tell you something. Walking isn't going to change a thing. Nothing is going to happen from you walking. Therapeutically, yes. Stress relieving, yes. Time with your dog, your family, your loved ones, yes. Adaptative change in your body, forget about it. It's not going to happen, because the only way it happens is if you deoxygenate muscles, create lactic acid, and turn on growth hormone. But now with the bands, walking is the new sprinting. Too busy to leave your office, work out right from your office in 10 to 15 minutes a day like Craig does. Doesn't even take off his clothes, uses our exercise tubing. College students are now doing it. Kids can do it. We are going to develop a whole new generation of kids that are going to be physically fit like we've never seen before. Why? Because now with light exercise, we can fatigue their muscles and cause adaptative changes that typically they can't do because of heavy weights and growth plates. But now with B3 bands, we don't have to worry about stressing their body. Even physically challenged people are getting healthier, getting stronger, walking again, putting muscle on, improving their cognitive ability. Again, when you release your own growth hormone, think about everything we deal with. What are the most important things we deal with in health? Your heart, your brain, your body composition, your bone density, your immune system, sleeping, sexual function, skin and hair. It's everything that we deal with. And here's the part that really frustrates me. You, right now, where you're sitting, listening to this presentation, whether you're listening live or recorded, you've got this sitting in your pituitary gland your entire life. And every time you release it, your body will make more. And many of you are going to go down the same path. You're going to go back to the doctor and you're going to get a prescription. You're going to eat the same things and you're going to do the same habits, and you're going to ignore growth hormone. Or you can simply take 10 to 15 minutes of your day Find something you like to do, like walking, and release growth hormone. Look at this study. Bone density goes up when you walk in the bands. The cardiovascular system gets younger. These are actual studies of people walking in BFR bands. Blood sugar problems improve. Pain starts to go away because when you use the bands, you improve blood flow and oxygenation throughout the entire body. Jennifer, fibromyalgia in her 30s. Not only could she not exercise, but the pain was so bad in her limbs and back that she just want to cut them off or stab them with knives. And she suffered from depression. Within a couple of weeks of using the bands, pain went away. Now she recently competed in an Ironman where she ran, biked, and swam for over 12 hours with no pain. She never thought any of that was possible. What's going on in this 46-year-old lady? Let me tell you what's going on. She's tapping into her God-given growth hormone that's sitting in her body, waiting for her to tap into it. And now she is tapping into it. Just like Tim, our senior pickleball player in his 70s, his knees hurt, his back hurt. It was limiting how much he could play pickleball. Starts exercising with the bands, turns on growth hormone, knee pain goes away. What else benefits? Well, as I told you on the chart, your brain benefits, because when you get growth hormone, it feeds or fertilizes your brain. It increases your immune system and helps your body fight off infections and viruses. When's the last time you saw somebody on TV, in politics, some famous doctor that came out and told us what the #1 way is for us to have a vigorous immune system? And I'm not going to get political on you. I'm just going to tell you the facts. Vigorous physical activity is the #1 thing you can do to boost your immune system. End of discussion. This is a government published document right here. Vigorous physical activity flushes bacteria out of the lungs and airways, creates circulating white blood cells or killer blood cells that fight off viral infections, and it raises temperature in your body to prevent bacteria from growing. The thyroid even functions better. Ladies, if you have hypothyroidism, you need to go out to our website and watch the thyroid video that I've done that tells you how you will be able to turn on your thyroid gland by doing high intensity exercise with the bands. Even veins get better. This is an actual study on people with varicose veins, showing that their vein function, venous compliance improved. Not a little bit. The exact results were increased significantly in the people that walked in the bands. We launched this industry. We pioneered this BFR technology that we brought from Japan 2 years ago. Now we have approaching 15,000 people, and we are the leader. But now there's gimmicks out there. Everybody's trying to get in this game, the BFR game. And that should tell you something, that everybody knows this is coming, but very few people know about it. What have we done? We are the only company that has conducted safety studies because we have a patent on our BFR bands. Our BFR bands have multiple air chambers. Why is that so important? Because it's not a tourniquet. It's not like putting a blood pressure cuff. When used properly, it cannot cut off your blood flow. And we've conducted studies on this. We are the only company out there. That's why we are recommended by the Professional Football Athletic Trainers Society. We are approved by the Board of Certification for every athletic trainer in the United States for our BFR course. Our bands are the only ones that have been proven not to increase arterial pressure and not to put any oxygen demand on the heart. So here we are, 2 years after I launched this company. Let me tell you something. When I used to go around 2 years ago, I had to convince people just to take a look at this. We didn't have doctors and movie stars and NFL teams. Now where we're at today, here's what I can tell you. If you're exercising without B3 bands, you're exercising the old way. It's like you're going to go on a flight from New York to Los Angeles, and you're going to take the layover in Chicago for 4 hours. Let me repeat that. If you are exercising without B3 bands, you're doing more work, you're working harder, and you're getting less results. That'd be like driving on vacation from Ohio down to Florida, but you're going to go west and circle around the Mississippi and then hook back around and go to Florida and add 10 hours to it. Nobody would do that. That's where we're at now. We are now at the point where we know without a shadow of a doubt that this is the new way people are going to exercise. And this presents a very exciting opportunity. I want you to remember being on this presentation. I want you to remember being a consultant or coach. If you've been in for a year or two, I want you to remember the day you joined, because in about 2 or 3 years, you're going to look back, whether you join or not, and you're going to say, I remember when Dr. Mike was teaching this. I remember one of those presentations. I remember when nobody knew about this, because this is coming fast. Doctors, physical therapists, athletic training rooms, pro athletes, celebrities are all using it, and 245 million people are about to hear about it in the next 2 to 3 years. And you are positioned not only in a spot where you're going to be able to live a completely different life, a healthier life, but you are positioned at the beginning of the next giant network marketing company. It's like being the first in Amway or Mary Kay or Herbalife. Now, if that doesn't excite you, no problem. This isn't about you joining our network marketing opportunity. If you just want to use the bands, just be a customer. But let me tell you something. If you've been looking for an opportunity to make some extra money, 500,000, 5,000, 10,000, or become financially independent for the rest of your life, we've created an opportunity for you to simply use your telephone. Let me repeat this. You're going to be able to share the greatest breakthrough in exercise technology, start adding extra income, potentially become financially free, quit your job and never have money worries again, right from your mobile phone. All you have to do is help us share this with people, and by using our mobile app right on your phone. You're going to get your own website. You pick the name, for example, Bill Indiana or Mary or John Pickleball.b3sciences.com. Everybody that comes to our company, we're going to coach you. We're going to tell you how to put the bands on, how to use them, how to walk in them, how to run in them, how to swim. Any assistance you need with any program, you get coaching, not for a week, not for a year, for life. We are going to be there to answer any questions you have, which means we're going to make sure you're using the bands the right way and getting the results. And then if you want to take advantage of this opportunity, you are excited about what potentially is going to happen, I encourage you to become a BFR certified coach. I teach a 6-hour course. The next course is on December 11th, where I will certify you as one of the few BFR certified coaches, not only in your area, but in the country. And let me tell you something. I don't care how many strength coaches, how many health professionals are in your area, until they know what you know. I'm here to tell you, you're the smartest exercise person in your area when you take this course. The next course is on December 11th. By the way, you know any health professionals, athletic trainers, naturopaths, physical therapists, every athletic trainer and naturopathic doctor in the country gets 6 hours of continuing education license renewal credits when they take my course. We're now up to approximately 15 of the biggest states in physical therapy, and we're working on chiropractors next. That's a sign to you how big this industry is going to be. And now the product. Remember, I talked about it earlier. If you will simply put the building blocks that your body needs, the collagen, the essential fats, the fat soluble vitamins, the minerals, the superfoods, the vitamins in your body, you're going to turn on an anti-aging rocket ship that's going to shock you, how you're going to look, how you're going to feel, what you're going to see in the mirror, how you're going to feel when you wake up, how you're going to sleep. And if you simply do it every day, I'm here to tell you, you're going to live a completely different life. It will be completely different. Ask anybody who uses the bands who also takes the anti-aging product B3 Start. Just happens to taste great. You shake it up, you drink it in the morning. We also have a vegetable-based meal shake, salted caramel, absolutely delicious. So if you're trying to lose weight, build muscle, this is the product for you. We also have a advanced weight loss product. Want to lose weight fast? This delicious blueberry pomegranate drink. You drink half a stick pack in the morning, half a stick pack in the afternoon. You're going to turn on metabolism like you've never seen it. And then if you need energy or focus, like many of us do, I developed what I believe is the greatest cognitive energy brain focus product ever developed. It's got nutrients for your brain, nutrients for energy. And when you exercise every day, you're talking about having razor sharp energy and focus. So how do you get started? Well, you've got 3 options to get on a new path. Get on a path of natural growth hormone that's going to completely change your life. Path number 1, simply become a customer. For $429, you're going to get a set of B3 bands, 2 for your arms, 2 for your legs. Simply follow the sizing chart in our shopping cart to pick the size that fits for you. If you're excited about the opportunity and you see what we all see, there's 2 levels that you can join and start making a great income and helping people. First level is consultant. You get a set of bands. You get 1 product of your choice. I'd recommend the Start product every morning. Plus, you get our technology, the B3 Share mobile app. Literally 20 seconds after you join, you can be on the Google Play Store or the Android store, downloading the mobile app and then sharing this with the people you care about. Or you can come in at our founder level. This is an exclusive level for a limited amount of time. It's a $1,600 value. You get multiple sets of bands, you get all our products. And most important, you get my personal assistance. Within 2 weeks of you joining the company, after you get in, after you get your bands, get acclimated, I'm going to text you. And then I'm going to get on the phone with you and I'm going to personally coach you in a strategy session. And then I'm going to be available to you to help you build this company with us. This is an exclusive one-time opportunity. I want you to imagine 3, 4, 5 years from now, everybody's going to know about this. We're going to be an Amway or an Herbalife or a Beachbody, and you have an opportunity now to be one of the initial founders in our company before all of this hits. Every one of these programs, customer, consultant, founder, 30-day money-back guarantee. Means if you get in, you got 30 days from the day it hits your doorstep, not the date of the order, 30 days from the day it hits your doorstep. Kick the tires, try the products, try the bands, let everybody in your house try them. If you don't love it, send it back for a money-back guarantee. And if you're on a tight budget, we even have 0 down, 0 interest. For as little as $75 a month, you can get started on the bands, the greatest breakthrough in human performance that's ever been developed. For $200 a month, approximately $200 a month for 6 months, you could start your own business that you could work right from your phone in your spare time, helping people that could allow you to become financially independent. And I even do success training. We do once a month, 2-hour success training. The next one is this Sunday. So if any of you have not taken my 2-hour success training, get joined in the company. And if you're already in, get signed up. I'll send an email out tomorrow. In 2 hours, I'm going to train you on everything you need to do to be for success. So here we are. There's only one thing missing from us changing how the entire country exercises, from us changing the course of weight loss and obesity and heart disease and blood sugar problems. That's more coaches in more cities. That's the only thing stopping us. You joining, helping us, because when we get penetrated in every city, this is going to become the greatest breakthrough that we've ever seen in health and human performance. And all because of what we went back to of why we're here tonight, you tapping into your own natural growth hormone. So here's your chance to be one of the top BFR experts in the country and be one of the first in your area. If you're excited tonight, like I am, and you are new, get back to the person who referred you and choose how you want to get started, customer, consultant, or founder. If you've been in the company for a while, I challenge you, get up tomorrow. 99% of the population has no idea what this is. And they're challenged with low growth hormone, cardiovascular problems, blood sugar problems, hypothyroidism, bone density problems, low sex drive, not sleeping well, not having the body they want. You now have the solution for them in a way that everybody can do for 10 to 15 minutes per day. So let's get out there and let's talk to everybody we know that we can reach out to so we can help them be healthy, be fit, and to be strong. With that said, I'm going to have Easton stop the recording.